The tension between the United States and China rises. The US Navy shocked the world with one of its recent actions. China claims that 80% of the South China Sea belongs to them. This claim threatens the continental shelf of the other countries neighboring South China Sea. The other countries who have claims in the South China Sea are Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, Brunei and Taiwan. USA made a recent move against this conflict of interests. The US Navy destroyer John S. McCain entered the Paracel Islands territorial waters which were claimed by China. The destroyer passed through Taiwan Strait and started its mission in the area that divides China and Taiwan. A statement from the Navy reads that the USS John S. McCain destroyer used the right of free passage and to sail near Paracel Islands as international law allowed. This action also carries a message to China, who does not recognize the independence of Taiwan. China announced that its sea and air forces have warned the Navy destroyer to leave the area. Meanwhile, Biden's office stated that US missions will be carried out and their forces will sail, fly and conduct missions everywhere the international law allows. Chinese authorities denounced the threats and provocations of USA. Chinese Foreign Ministry stated that China will always continue to be on guard, to answer all kinds of threats, and to protect its lands and national sovereignty. They invited the Biden side to adopt a role that will benefit the peace and stability in the region. Russia also denounced the American activities in the South China Sea. US reminded that no country can lay claim on more maritime zone than their fair share of claim in order to not harm the international trade. The US Navy took similar steps in the past, but this is the first of such steps under the Biden management. Tension between Chinese and American authorities rose dramatically since Joe Biden came into office. China laid claims on more than 80% of the South China Sea, according to the 1947 map they published that caused disputes of sovereignty. The region that has rich underground resources caused China's interest to conflict with Philippines, Vietnam, Brunei and Malaysia. The Beijing side builds bases in the South China Sea in order to have stronger territorial claims in the area. They have also flown fighter jets multiple times in Taiwan skies, which China does not recognize the independence of. The possibility of a military conflict in the region rises. China officially announced that they're performing a military exercise in the South China Sea. The appearance was made almost immediately after the US Navy destroyer entered the area. Taiwan have stated that at least 15 Chinese aircrafts have violated their airspace. In response, Taiwan sent their own jets. Analysts point out that China tested the US military support to Taiwan by this action. Taiwan, who are consistently under Chinese threat, have conducted a military exercise in the northern part of the country. Opposing military exercises are being conducted between the two countries. Taiwanese authorities state clearly that they will not obey to Chinese hegemony. South China Sea is one of the hottest spots in the world in 2021. Even the smallest clash in the region could turn into a major conflict that includes all the nations in the area. In such a situation, American and Chinese forces might come face to face. To avoid this scenario, the tension in the South China Sea must be eased. This is our review of the regional tension in the South China Sea. If you enjoyed this kind of military content, do not forget to subscribe to VSB Defense. See you on the next video.